Dunbarton's RediFlex uses a tab and slot design to make sure the upright jambs and header stay locked in position, properly aligned, and is easily installed. Before you begin, be sure you are wearing appropriate safety PPE for your job site. We recommend a raised flat surface, a table, or pre-hang equipment to support the frame as you assemble it, screw gun, pliers, hinges with both machine and wood screws, tape measure, level, flathead screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, and the included pre-hang bag. The first step is to make sure the rough opening is correct. The rough opening must be taller than the frame net length by 5/8 inch in height and wider than the frame net width 1 to 1/4 inch in width. We recommend checking the actual wall size to make sure you have the appropriate size frames. Wall sizes that are below the minimum or exceed the maximum throat dimensions of the frame can lead to several installation issues. Before installing the frame, open the package, remove the parts, and examine them for damage. After examining the parts, you want to check to see if the dimensions are correct and lay out the parts for installation. To begin installation, remove the base kit from the box and lay them face edge down, being careful not to damage the finish. Insert the upright tabs into the header slots and bend the tabs outward. The second step is to pick up the frame and insert it into the rough opening, leaving about a 1/2 inch gap between the backside of the base frame hinge and the upright stud. Insert a fastener in the top fastener hole on the hinge jamb. Use and level to make sure the frame is vertically level and plumb. Then install a fastener at the lowest fastener hole in the hinge jamb. Install at least 2 more fasteners in the hinge jamb, one on each side of the middle hinge. The next step is to install hinges on the door and frame. We will show a single and 2-person installation. If the install is being done by a single person, we recommend separating the hinges into halves by removing the hinge pin, if they are removable. With the hinges separated, install 1/2 of the hinge leaf on the frames and the other mating half on the door. Keep the hinge pins in your pocket or somewhere easily within reach of the door opening. Align the door with the hinges on the frame and reinsert the hinge pins and close the door in the opening. This can be done using a wonder bar to lift the door or some other means of raising it off the floor so that the hinges align. If there are 2 people, you can just attach the hinges to the door using the screws that come with the hinges. Then screw the hinges to the frame. Once the door is installed, you can use it as a guide to square and gap the frame around it. Start by inserting a screw into the header on the door side. Make sure you pull the header down tight to the hinge jamb and that the end of the header aligns with the edge of the face on the hinge jamb. Use the fastening hole at the far end of the header above the hinge side jamb. Use a 3/32 inch or 1/8 inch spacer to go between the top of the door and the rabbet of the leader. Then go to the strike side of the header to place the next screw. Install the fastener screw in the end of the header on the strike jamb side. Using the same spacer used to set the reveal on the header, place it between the strike edge of the door and the rabbet of the strike jamb. If there is a gap between the face of the header and the face of the strike jamb, use the wonder bar to lift the strike jamb up until it is tight against the header. Insert the screw fastener into the top fastening hole on the face of the strike jamb. You can now use the shim spacer to set the reveal down the strike side of the door jamb and insert the other fasteners. We recommend placing 1 screw per every 2-hole pattern every 12 inches to 15 inches along the face of the jambs and headers. Doing the install this way with RediFlex ensures that there is no need to refit the door, as the door itself works like a template for installation. After the door side of the frame is secured, you can remove the spacers and open the door. Install the closures on the back side of the base and align the header with the edges of the upright closures. Install fasteners just as instructed for the door side of the frame. Frames may be installed with common nails if a wood stud is used in the framing to secure it. When installing into metal stud partitions, use a drywall Type S bugle head self-tapping screw. Our frame is now installed, and the RediFlex frame is an integral part of the wall. Now we will install the casing. The first step of this process is to insert the corner pieces into either end of the head casing. These corner pieces maintain a tight miter between the header casing and the jam casing. Hook the header casing over the top of the center clip and snap it down. Slip the upright casing onto the casing corner clips that are in the header. The same fastening sequence is repeated on the other side of the frame, keeping in mind key point, which is to pull the header down tight on the hinge and strike jambs and make sure the ends of the header and the edges of the strike and hinge jambs align with each other. Be sure to measure the width of the opposite door frame in the middle, top, and bottom to ensure the casing aligns properly. This will prevent the casing to buckle. Last, we will install weather stripping or smoke gasketing as required. RediFlex can be ordered with steel or aluminum casing or without casing lances to allow the application of wood casing of your choice. When wood casing is to be used, it comes with a round clearance hole to which the casing can be screwed or nailed. The RediFlex installation is now almost complete. All that remains is to attach the lock set and the strike plate. If frames were ordered with RediFlex's adjustable strike plate, it is a two-piece assembly. To install, fully tighten the strike plate screws. There will be a rattle-free engagement of the latch by the strike plate. This means no more rattling interior doors when exterior doors are open. The RediFlex installation is now complete with minimum of time and effort.